about that intro.
I always forget how crazy and like breaking news like the music is before that leads us in. It's a lot.
Yeah.
That also felt like an abrupt, like it just kind of ended and then we popped up.
Yeah, it was longer than usual though.
Shake my ninnies for everybody.
Yeah, I loved it. That was longer than usual for sure.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Cutting Stems, a new season for The Bachelor. As you can tell, all four of us are here, but we are virtual this season. We don't have a set. I guess we, if anybody wants to sponsor Cutting Stems, call us. This season is sponsored by Chicks in the Office. If you would like to follow us on YouTube, please do that. Subscribe and follow and like. Thank you.
You're really selling it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody's got to sponsor it. It might as well be us.
I might have foreplay put together or something, and we'll sponsor next week's or something. We'll do it all over the place.
That's a good time. I have some things I'd like to use this to sponsor as well.
Okay, there we go. Each week we'll pick something.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Why have a platform? Why have a platform if we're not going to use it? So to promote our own stuff.
Yes.
Going forward, every week somebody needs to bring something to sponsor the podcast. Next week will be Trent. We'll go into rotation.
Okay.
Perfect.
Wonderful. Guys, how are we feeling? It's Kelly, it's Trent, it's Rhea, it's me, Fran. We're all back for a new season of The Bachelor. How do we feel going in tonight? I have to say my first initial reaction is very standard first episode. Nothing out of the ordinary. This really does feel like it is lining up for an old school Bachelor season where there are drama, there's tears, there's actually a proposal, and maybe a happy ending. We'll see.
It does seem like that, Fran. I'll tell you something. I think, especially in the preview of the season, I think we caught tears from every single person. It seems as if every single girl, Zach, Jesse Palmer might get in the mix, crying. Everybody's crying. So that to me says that, there's some real shit coming up, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, my expectation for the season was pretty low. Zach, I saw he said on your guys' show that he's aware that he's like the boring Bachelor. And I think it's going to be a little bit like that. Like you said, I think it's going to run more of a traditional course. What we can hope for is that there's some like insane contestants. And there might be a couple. Madison, unfortunately, went home if you're looking for entertainment because she just was way too into Zach and he didn't want to kiss her. But I think there's still a couple contestants that are around that could bring some drama. But I completely agree that it's looking like it's headed towards a very traditional season.
I feel pretty open-minded about this season. Just going into it with an open and clear head, ready to watch the season. And yeah, I actually am. I know that sounds sarcastic, but I am, because what else do you got to do? You can't go into it thinking this is going to be terrible right off the bat. You got to go into it with an open mind. Do I think he's boring? Yes. Do I think you need to be a little bit messy to keep it entertaining? Yes. He's sending home the crazy people right off the bat. Don't know if that makes for a dramatic show, but will he find love in the end? That's all we can hope for, folks.
Right. We just got to find little things that we love. Like, I don't think if you're looking for a crazy lead guy, he's not going to be that, but there's just got to be little things that we got to find throughout, and we're going to find them, Rhea. It's going to be fine. We're going to enjoy it somehow. But it's off the bat, it's just going to be very traditional, I think.
Yeah, I didn't see it didn't really – when do you ever really see in the preview that the contestants are all like, he's so emotionally intelligent? Like they're normally not talking about the Bachelor, Bachelorette in that way. And like we said, they all are crying their eyes out. It seems like they all really like him, which says a lot about him, regardless of how he comes across on TV. I always stand by the most boring people on TV are the most normal. I think if I was the Bachelor or the Bachelorette, I'd be labeled boring as well, and I would take that as a compliment. So it definitely feels like, I think, it definitely feels like that's probably where it is. It started off.
Kelly, you would be labeled as
boring. Kelly needs to be the Bachelorette. That would be phenomenal. television.
No, and
Oh my
the
God, it would
problem
be
is if I was ever the Bachelorette, I'd scare everyone away. I would end up alone because everyone
Exactly.
would drop out. Like that would be it. Like, people would be like, we don't want to deal with this. Like, we're out, we're done.
Oh, it'd be so
no,
good.
we have breaking news.
I know,
No,
did something happen?
No, I'm not going to keep going. I'm not distracting from the show. I'm not. My laptop charger, I thought it was plugged in. It's not though. But keep going. Keep going.
Okay, you charged. Okay, so we started the episode with a intro to Zach, which was also just an intro to Sean Lowe. It is so funny that it's just like, hey, we have a new bachelor who everyone doesn't really know. Everyone thinks he's kind of basic. He's a white guy. Let's bring out Sean Lowe. And he'll be like, it's going to be like 2050, and this show is going to be on like its 60th season, and they're going to be like, all right, bring out Sean Lowe. I don't know what it is about the Sean Lowe.
I tweeted before, I said, I want them to start bringing these old bachelors out in wheelchairs because I need them to show how long it's been since they've been on TV. Like, Sean Lowe is like, he's not an old man, but in Bachelor years, he's the crustiest of them all. Like, they just wipe him off anytime they need like a wholesome, genuine white guy to come in. They like bring in Sean Lowe, and he's just a happily married guy living his life. That's wonderful, whatever. It's just the ultimate, like, you could have this if you're just like a regular guy like Zach. So,
dude, I've been watching the show.
Why they brought him in.
I've been watching the show for 10 years, and I miss Sean Lowe. I didn't even catch his season. I've been watching forever, crazy. And he's from so long ago that I don't have any recollection of watching his season because I didn't.
That's hilarious. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, no, I remember watching his season like at my friend's house, and like maybe post college, like first year of college or high school, like early.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah, no, Sean definitely fills that role. I actually really do feel like Zach and him are very similar. Like, they give off kind of big, goofy football guy vibes. Sean was very much the same on his season. Sean was also like the big time, the virgin storyline was also,
yes.
I mean,
Sean I forgot about that. Yeah, poor him.
So that was a big deal.
Zach made us know it's family, football, and frozen pizza. So he's, he's an all-American male. A red-blooded man on our hands.
Exactly. Okay, so we had obviously a bunch of limo entrances. We met all the girls in their video packages. We know Brianna came in with the rose already from America's Rose. What did we think?
Which I hate, by the way. Sorry to cut you off. I hate that. I don't like roses going out before the episode. I'm not a fan of that whatsoever.
I didn't mind that at all.
Because I agree, because didn't you feel like it kind of took away from the limo entrances? Like, I felt like I wasn't as into the limo entrances because I wasn't like, oh, who's going to give him that first impression coming out of the limo? Like, I wasn't as focused on what they were giving off when they first got out, because I was like, oh, his first impression rose has already been given. So like, the limo entrances at this point, they matter because of who's going to go home that night. But at the same time, like,
but he gave out a first impression rose.
That's what was confusing. Oh. It was like, I'm with you though. I'm with you. I was like, are they going to give one out?
There was two.
But that's apparently the Brianna's rose is America's Rose. Is that what we're calling it?
Yes.
Yeah, America's Rose. Remember on when they did like the preview and a handful of girls came out, back when they announced that he was the Bachelor. That's when they gave it to her, which was good. They left her last, but they really they gave her a good edit even in that. Like, they brought her out. She gets the princess music. She's got the rose. She's wearing the rose dress. Like, I mean, she had the best entrance and she already had a rose. So it's kind of like, all right, would she have gotten the first impression rose on her own? Maybe.
Right. If we're going to do it that way, I think we do that one in the preview is a first impression rose and it's the second impression rose. I think we keep it in numerical order. It was confusing to me.
Yeah, I understand.
But this was really Zach's still, I guess, first impression rose. You just take Brianna out of it. What were initial thoughts on limo entrances? Any that stood out that you liked, disliked? Rhea, go first.
I like Christina Mandrell. I like her. Yeah. I like her. She seemed sweet. She was really nice. She was really nice to the other girls when they realized they were both wearing the same dress. And she was like, oh, great taste. Like, other girls could be like, oh, she's wearing the same dress as me. But she was so nice about it. And she just seemed nice in general.
She did it.
She
It made me
seems-
laugh that
Yeah.
I guess she's like the last name is being included because her aunt was Barbara Mandrell, who's a very famous country singer from like the 70s, 80s, who I've never heard of, but was very dominant in that era, and that's her aunt. And so they gave her the last name.
I'm sure that woman had a very illustrious country career, but I don't think it was necessary in 2023 to put the last name on that contestant because I have no idea who that person is.
Yeah,
I mean, this isn't
whole...
claim to fame, This isn't
Right.
hosted by the Jonas Brothers. We don't really care who your aunt is. I'll be honest, girl. And I agree, Rhea. She was nice to everybody, so I want to talk shit because I always want to talk shit, but she was nice to everybody. That's fine. But again, remember, she's the influencer. She's the girl who comes in. She knows how to work room. She's from a famous family, whatever the fuck, blah, blah. When a girl has the same dress on as you in a place, you know that you're on camera. How are you supposed to act? You're supposed to say, wow, girl, great taste. Like, I don't know. It's already very calculated to me. So I need her to prove herself a little bit more than just like being nice to the other girls. Because fucking duh, she has to be nice to the other girls.
Even if she's not nice, really, somebody's got to be entertaining on this show. And
True.
Christina Mandrell might be it.
She could be it.
That was kind of like Kit, what Kit was like when she was on the show. She has a famous relative, her mother, and she was a content creator. So maybe, Kit ended up being great on the show, I thought. But I don't know. I think she'll be, I thought she was maybe going to be the villain, but I don't think that's actually going to happen. I think she seems to get along with everybody.
She seems too nice.
Yeah.
Any other limo entrances that stood out for you guys?
Brianna kissed him. Is that who kissed him on the mouth? He forgot her name? Or Bailey. Bailey.
He kissed Bailey. It was an uncomfortable kiss, but he went in for that kiss.
He went in for the kiss, which to me is just like the way that he's now going to absolve himself of guilt is just like kiss these women. Like he's just like, oh shit, I forgot your name the first time I saw you. Oh, I better kiss you right on the mouth. Like, so you forget that. Like I feel like it was that's his like fallback. Is like, oh, I'll just kiss her. Like I feel like we're gonna get a lot of that.
That's how he got into the mess with Madison. And he was like, we're just gonna gritty a bunch, and then
Madison
I'm gonna kiss
was holding the back, had a death grip on the back of his neck. She had a death grip on the back of his neck, and that was the most. And he pulled away from it, and she still was like, "Please." It was a lot. That was a forced kiss. That was a forced kiss.
If you go on this show, you got to have 2 rules in your head. It used to be just one. It was don't rap, never rap, because if you rap, it's going to make everyone feel uncomfortable. The entire country is uncomfortable, and now it's don't dance, don't do the gritty, don't do that because it's just it's really just tough to watch. I don't know what, like, do they think this is going to look awesome? This is going to look super cool. It's hard to watch.
I agree with all that. I didn't like the ear lick, but I forgot who did that. And then she was like,
Leica.
Oh yeah, she went home. She was like, oh, it's mine now. It's like that's all it takes. It was
that's
so
like
creepy.
a weird.
Also, like,
it's like a weird joke.
Is it like if you lick something, it belongs to you? I thought that was like you pee on something to mark your territory.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know what.
Yeah,
I think it's like
a little kid thing, like little kids, like, oh, I licked it, it's mine now. Like that's like a middle school flirt vibe, and immediately I'm out. I don't like middle school flirt tactics. I think we're all too old.
She's gone now, and so we won't be seeing her belly dancing, which was.
I'm sad about that. I would like to see that.
Right. Whenever somebody can belly dance, I'm highly impressed.
I agree. You know who I wanted to bring up is Greer, who ended up getting first impression rose, which I'm not that surprised because when she walked out of the limo, she has a beautiful dress on, but one of her boobs was falling out of her dress. And I was like, that girl's boob is going to fall out of her dress. And towards the end, when she was leaving, I was like, her boob is out. Like, I know her boob is out on the other side. We just can't see it. And then she got the first impression rose. Just saying. Not sure.
Zach's
like her boob was almost out. And all I kept thinking was, dear God, let that fashion tape hold. Like,
the only other one that I remember was Mercedes because she's from Iowa and she brought a pig. But
that's why I
Banter.
asked you today if you've ever been to the Iowa State Fair and saw the pigs, because she showed off the pigs at the Iowa State Fair.
it all made sense once I saw her walking up the driveway with a pig. And I have been to the Iowa State Fair, but I didn't see pigs. I just saw the famous butter cow.
What's the butter cow?
It's a cow made out of butter.
Oh wow.
What? I'm looking that up right now.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. And a couple years ago,
It's like a sculpture?
oh yeah, there's tons of pictures. It's a butter cow.
Oh my god!
Is it like
Oh,
very
and
intricate
It's a
butter
cow made out of. It's a cow made out of butter.
A couple
It
years
is
ago,
actually a butter cow. Can you like put like a bagel up to it and like?
I mean, that's
Yeah, what do they do with it
basically-
when they're done? Does it stay
That's
for
our-
it's just like a forever butter cow?
No, I don't know what they do with it, but that's like Iowa's Statue of Liberty. There was a couple of years ago, a guy proposed in front of it.
No.
Oh, they must put it in a. They must put it in like a freezer for the off season.
Yeah.
Or they make a new one
Right?
every year.
Well,
That's a good
guys, the
question. I
butter
don't know
cow
what they
lady died
Oh.
Oh, this took a sad turn.
at 80. At 81, for 46 years, she was the butter cow lady.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
It's a long time.
She died in 2011. It's been some time.
They still
All
do
right,
it.
well-
I mean, they've carried on her legacy. I don't know who's doing it now, but somebody else does it. I know that they do. I went
Yeah,
there a
they
couple
do.
times, and you eat a pork chop on a stick, and then you go see the butter cow.
I don't know if
That's
the
a
Iowa
state
State Fair is
fair.
for me.
The four of us, we'll go. That'll be great. We'll eat a funnel cake.
Come
some
on,
deep-fried
let's
Oreo.
go. That sounds
I
like
love
fun.
funnel cakes.
You go
I
on
love
the,
funnel cake.
if you go during the right year, during an election year, you'll have some big politicians there trying to win the hearts and minds of Iowans too, which is a lot of fun.
Wow. So we gotta go this year.
You think
Yeah.
they take pictures with the butter cow?
They always pose with a pork chop on a stick. They're always like, "See, I'm relatable. Look at this."
Is a
Look
pork
what I'm
chop on a
doing.
stick good? Is that good? Pork chop on a stick? Is it like deep fried?
I don't know. I think it's just a pork chop on a stick.
Is pork chop on a stick the equivalent to the turkey leg at Disney?
Yeah,
Good question. I'm
I
glad
think.
we
I
know.
guess
We're gonna go with yes. Okay, so we're all
you
gonna
guys
take
seem
a trip to
interested. We'll
that.
circle back on it.
Yeah, we're all gonna take a trip to the Iowa State Fair. That's something we'll have to pencil into our schedules when Trent's available to take us,
Perfect,
yeah.
which could be 2035. So
Oh,
we'll have,
Yeah.
I'm 1 for
we'll
1 on
have
cutting
plenty of
stems.
time. You are one
I'm
for
com-
one.
Yep.
You are.
The butter lady once said on the cow, "There's always butter." That's
There's
so
al-
true.
You got all this
Love
butter.
that.
What are we gonna
Always
do with it?
butter.
We're gonna make animals out of it.
So much wisdom.
We always have butter. As on the topic of food, there was a few like food drink type items that were brought out. Gabby had maple syrup. Someone brought a coffee. Greer brought the coffee, maybe.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
They brought the
Kat.
coffee. They made a joke
Kat.
about like, can't believe the coffee's still hot. It's like,
Yeah.
we get it.
I think it was Kat who did the, like, were they meatballs? Were they wings? I missed like what the
Meatballs.
actual food was.
Meatballs.
Meatballs?
Yeah.
They were
'Cause the other
shoving them
girls
in
were
their
bitching.
mouths. That has to be the least flattering way to find yourself on TV. Like I was watching, I was like, she opened her mouth, all the food was all over her. I was like, ugh, I could not watch myself if I was just covered in food. It actually did end up working in her, worked out for her. She got the last rose, but I'll ask you guys who you thought really made a good first impression. We know Greer got the first rose, but did anybody else stand out to you if you can remember any of their names?
Jess.
Mm.
Jess was the only one
Yeah.
I remember. 'Cause I know
I thought
Fran,
so
you
too.
tweeted about it too. I thought she
Right.
was super cute, and
Yeah.
when she got out of the limo, and then when they had their time together, it seemed
Yeah.
like outside of Greer, it seemed like they had the best time together.
She's a little tiny
Yes.
little brunette. Like she looks like a doe. Like she's like a baby deer. Like,
Yeah,
I
she's just like this little innocent girly.
Yes.
Really
yeah.
nervous. Yeah.
She was covered in glitter. Like she had a lot of
Yep.
body glitter on. I was like,
Yep.
but it looked like maybe there was some drama with her in the coming attractions.
She's the one that we said was really sweet looking in the bio, but that she loves spicy margaritas, so she's got a little
Yeah.
spice to her. Oh no, maybe she
Ooh.
didn't love spicy margaritas. Oh no, she comes from a big Puerto Rican family and hopes Zach is ready for her to spice up his life.
Love
spicy
that. Okay.
Spicy in some
Okay.
way.
Yes.
Anybody else? Kelly, anybody else?
I was just gonna go back to that girl, to Brianna, who, even though she had the rose already and she got the princess music and whatever, he did seem to like be genuinely excited to see her. Like, I feel like there was a spark there for sure. The hugging, the cuteness, the like, you could feel that they were both a little nervous, excited together and whatever. That to me, I was like, oh shit. Like, if this girl didn't have this rose already, she probably would have gotten it. Like, I really feel that way. They were so smitten in the moment.
I feel like they're almost overplaying it with Brianna, though, where it's like that might fizzle out. I don't know. I feel like it might be more of a slow play. I think Katie definitely made a good first impression.
Katie, for sure.
Catherine.
From his hometown. That's from Houston.
Yes, Austin.
Yeah, Austin, sorry.
Catherine, too. Charity. There was one other that I was like, oh, Gab, the girl from Vermont. I felt like she didn't get a lot of time, but she's like the perfect, she didn't get to talk to her the first night, but then like she'll get an early one-on-one date and they'll click. Because she seems funny. Like I liked her personality from the 2 seconds that we saw of it. But nothing's more painful than when you are listening to a conversation and they're like, are you goofy? It's like, yeah, I'm a weirdo. What about you? And they're like, yeah, I'm also a weirdo. Can't wait to show you my weird side.
Yeah. We're so kooky.
Nerdy.
Crazy.
Look at me, my glasses. I'm so nerdy.
Ooh, I'm so zany.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so nuts. We're so nuts. Zany, zany.
I'm such a weirdo. You don't even know. Like, wait until you see my weird.
You can't even measure my weirdness on a scale, you guys. Like, you can't.
They're usually the least weird people when someone says they're super weird.
Right. If you have to say you're super weird, you're not that weird. You wouldn't be. If you were that weird, you wouldn't know you were that weird.
Exactly.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
Right. Exactly. Whenever people are weird like that, I always want to, like, I don't know, like throw a match in their face or something and be like, this is weird. Like, just like, I don't know, scare them. Be like, no, you're a fucking loser is what you are.
I don't even know if that would be weird. That would be frightening. That would be scary.
Exactly.
Kelly wants to light them on fire.
That would warrant a call to the police.
I would be like, you're a liar. Yes. Oh, you're weird? What are you going to do now? Get out of this in a weird way. You're on fire.
Well, Kelly's a witch.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh my gosh. We did have a rose ceremony. There was a bunch of people that went home. I don't know if I'm going to remember all their names. Lekka did go home. Sonia went home. Holland went home, which I remembered Holland because her picture was so beautiful on the bios, and just she didn't get any time with him. And then I think
did you write these names down? You're pretty good with these names.
Some others that I forget. We just went through all the bios this morning, so it's still fresh in my mind. There are some that I think I'm forgetting. And then, like you said, Madison sent herself home after having a little bit of a freak out, and she said she gave her life up for him, which felt dramatic in the moment, but maybe that's just how she felt.
Who is the girl that he kissed right before he gave Greer the first impression rose? They also had like a Jess. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was Jess for sure. I think there's a connection there for sure. Yeah. So we have a dramatic coming attractions, lots going on, but I think we should go to questions. I think let's see what the people are talking about after night one. Rhea, why don't you kick us off in the YouTube chat? What are the people talking about?
What's up, everyone? We're in the chat.
Questions in the chat.
Rhea's just been really enjoying making up jingles to things recently. I feel like they've been pretty good.
We got
making jingles is the best.
Questions in the chat.
Questions in the chat. Questions in the chat. Questions in the chat.
And we are waiting to hear from people. Who do you think will be this season's villain?
Ooh, that's hard. These girls haven't acted very villainous yet. I feel like there weren't any claws. A little bit of shit talk, but
Christina, I still have potentially in the running.
Okay.
And then honestly, I can't tell yet. everyone's too nice the first night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it has to be Christina for now. I don't know if it's actually going to play out, but everyone else was pretty chill.
Yeah.
She's just already kind of like commanding the room. Like she was already
Right.
hanging out with all the girls in a corner. Like she could, I mean, she's clearly like cool and popular. Like she could potentially just be a mean girl. You know what I mean? Like just a like whisper behind people's backs. Like maybe she's genuine. Who knows? But
yeah, I'm really just taking that off the 2 seconds of the coming attraction where I think it was Brooklyn who was like, you're fake. so that's really all I'm basing that on.
Yeah.
After tonight, do you guys think Zach ends up with somebody?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
If I had to guess right at this moment, who knows what'll happen in the next, couple months as the show airs. But I would say as of this moment, I think he's probably engaged.
I always love when after, he meets all 30 women and then Jesse comes out and he asks him, do you think that your future wife is in that room? And what's he supposed to say? What's he going to say? Like, no, like, let's run more. Give me another 30. Let's try another 30. Because I didn't feel, like, he was like, yeah, I think I do. It's like, you have to say that. Because if you don't,
wouldn't it be hilarious if he just said no, though? Like, wouldn't that be such a good twist where, like, he meets 30 girls, they're all excited, they're all there, they've met him for the first time, whatever. He goes to Jesse and he's like, listen, I don't think any of these girls are it. And they're like, wind it back. And they've got 30 more girls ready to go. Imagine the tears from all those original girls.
No.
That would be something. That would be it would be pandemonium. It'd be like 5 in the morning too. They would be losing their minds. Oh man, I would love to see that.
I hope that happens at some point. That would be very funny.
That's amazing.
How did you guys feel about the ESPN comment towards Jesse?
All in good fun. It's all under Mickey Mouse, We're all
What was it? I don't even know.
We're all working for the same guy here. ABC, Disney, ESPN. They're all the same.
I think Jesse.
What'd they say? I don't know what they said.
They said, what did they say exactly? It was
someone yelled like, go back to ESPN.
Yeah, pretty much.
Something
I
like
that.
The girls yelled that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she from ESPN?
No, it was like a joke of like,
Jesse Jesse, doesn't he still?
To Jesse Palmer.
Yes, Jesse Palmer.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
somebody
hilarious.
was like someone made a joke being like, you again? Go back to ESPN.
That's hilarious. 100% yes. Are you kidding?
Yeah,
I'm
pretty sure Jesse cares. Jesse definitely cares. Like, I think in the moment he's like, and then maybe behind the scenes he's like, that was so fucked up that she said.
He did tweet about he tweeted about it, but in like his Jesse Palmer tweet type way. He was like,
I bet
in the car now, headed back to ESPN.
God, I got my wife in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Go to the movies, go to dinner. We're gonna run into this group date. Probably it's gonna be great.
God. I bet Jesse Palmer sits at home with a voodoo doll of Chris Harrison and just stabs it all night long while he watches these episodes.
I can't see
What's
it.
it say? I can't see.
It's not going to go there. It says currently in car, driving back to ESPN. Car emoji, wind emoji, laughing face emoji.
He's laughing through the pain.
Right. I want to really like Jesse Palmer, and I think in the past I have. I just, he's all right.
I would like him. I would like him in any other capacity except for the fact that he is a replacement. Like that's the only reason why. Like he has so much to live up to in the past, the drama, but that's the only reason why. Otherwise, he's lovely.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't. It's just like he feels somewhat detached. Like I feel like he does try to put in a lot of effort, and he wants to make it seem like he cares, but it feels like he doesn't really care that much. Like I don't know if it's just like the he's always saying, he always is like, dude, what do you, and I don't know why that bothers me.
I'm with you though. I can't put my finger on it, but it's something
like take this shit more seriously.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah. He's trying to date 30 women. Let's go. Let's figure this thing out.
I feel like he's doing a really good job of like being the friend to all of the bachelors and bachelorettes. He's trying to be like, listen, we're in this together. We're a team. We're both trying to find you love. Whereas
Right.
Chris Harrison was the all being and was like, let's have a conversation. And there was a level of intimidation and I don't know, like a hierarchy thing. Like he was like the god of the Bachelor that you ask, what do I do, Chris Harrison? Whereas Jesse Palmer's like, all right, Jesse, what do you think I should? You think I should talk
That's
to these
fair.
girls or what? Like it's just a little bit more of a friend level than like a mentor level or something.
I think that's right.
All right, Rhea, you want to do one more?
Do you guys think that the girls that met Zach beforehand on stage have a leg up at all?
Yes.
No.
I think that they do.
I don't think so because he didn't remember any of their names then.
I feel like he really got to see them for 2 seconds.
I don't think he got enough time with them on stage to even for anyone to really make an impression on him.
But can I tell you something that I noticed about Zach is like he remembered all of their names, whether he had somebody in his chirping in his ear or not, he might have, but he remembered all of their names and he remembered everyone's name like really well all night. Like even when he was saying goodbye to one of the girls, like I don't know, Sophia or something was her name. He just was like, goodbye, Sophia. Like he just like knew her name immediately. Like I was surprised that he knew who they were because again, as someone who's watching it and I've read the bios and I know who these girls are, I still was like, who the fuck are these people? So I thought that was impressive.
I'll be honest, I actually think the opposite. I kind of think it's a disadvantage only because he's met those 5 girls already and he knows like their faces and he just got 25 new girls that are like, they're new. You don't know anything about them. You've never seen them before. Like that's more, you want to talk to them more. That's like, because you're already like, oh, I met them already. So like, I don't have to necessarily talk to them because I already met them, which could end up actually hurting them, I think, instead of being fresh the first night. Okay, let's cut some stems and give out some roses for night 1 limo entrances. Anybody have a dying urge to go first this evening? Wow. Don't all.
I know. Like,
I'll cut the ear lick. I know I want to cut that. And I'm going to give my rose to the girl from the Iowa State Fair because now we know about the butter cow.
Right. We all learned something.
Mercedes.
I'm giving my rose to Mercedes.
There you go.
I can go next. I'm gonna give my rose to Jess just because I like her. I think she's great. I think she's gonna go really far. She might win. She might win the whole thing. So I'm gonna give her the rose, and then I'm gonna cut the stem of dinosaurs because in the they had a debate in the party bus about dinosaurs or dragons, and boy, I just think it's so clear that dragons are better that I'm gonna cut the stem of dinosaurs.
I think that's fair.
What do you guys think in the dragons versus dinosaurs debate?
Dragons.
I think it's dragons. Yeah, it's no shit. It's dragons. They breathe fire. They basically are dinosaurs that can breathe fire. So
that's right.
Fly.
That's my precise logic.
Yeah, exactly.
Maria?
I guess some dinosaurs can fly, but I'm trying to think. I would like to cut the stem of, and I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it Christina?
I don't even know what debate you're talking about, but I said dragons.
You were right. You were correct in your debate. I don't know who did this. I don't know which girl did this, and I don't know why I'm thinking it was Christina Mandrell. Is she the one from Long Island?
No, Christina Mandrell is not from Long Island. The one from Long Island went home.
The one from Long Island went home.
Gabagool went home.
Gabagool was Cat.
Okay, well, Gabagool then. I'm cutting that stem hard.
Oh, God,
anytime someone comes on.
And she's also like definitely not from New York. That girl was not from New York. Like she lives in New York now, but I don't think she's from New York.
Exactly. Anybody that plays up a heavy tri-state area accent as like their thing pisses me off. I can't have that. I don't like it. It doesn't. It's a tired shtick, and we're all over it, especially the people that live here. So
yeah, I mean that's when you get the hey, well, I'm walking here.
Hey, gabagool.
Yeah, like stop. Literally, like literally stop. Like it kills me.
Nobody I know talks like that.
No one talks like that. No one talks like that. In a serious way, even in like a joke way. No, like half the time we'll joke. It's like we're making fun of the fact that people do whatever. I hate it. I'm pissed. I would like to give my rose to. I think I might give my rose to Henry the pig.
Yeah. Let's
He
go.
deserves it.
Cutie. I usually don't think
He
pigs
was
are cute. Like, people are always like, "Oh, that pig is so cute." Like the little pigs are cute because they're little. But that pig was cute. He was well behaved. He looked very clean.
I would stay fair.
I stay fair. I'll tell you what. It's tough. Henry deserves the rose, but it's tough to see pigs walking around like dogs because you're like, boy,
Yeah.
those really go one of two ways. And we just eat pigs. And
Right.
Dogs
all the time. It makes me sick.
Trent, you took
Trent,
the
I
words
literally,
right out of my mouth.
Trent, I cannot talk about this. Okay, like
No,
We
we
eat
can't.
pigs, but we don't eat dogs.
No, pigs are so.
I don't
want to
eat a dog.
They're smart animals.
Pigs are so cute too.
I
That's
don't
what
know.
I mean. I can't put them two. Like I can't look at a pig and then think of it as
I
dinner.
don't want to ask this question, but I will.
Damn it, Trent.
I'm sorry.
I'll ask this question. I'll ask it.
Ask.
Pigs taste really good, right?
Oh, boy.
Bacon. Pigs
Oh,
taste
wow.
Do not go in this direction.
Don't.
Do
you
not
guys
even ask
think-
it.
Do you
Do
guys
not
think dogs
even ask
taste
it.
good?
No. Cancel the
imagine-
show.
There's no way.
Imagine if Henry was just
No.
back there on that chair, just hanging, just like, oh, "What up, Henry?"
Yeah,
He
just-
could
You-
be.
I don't
Post it
think
up
it's
so perfect.
offensive. I don't think it's offensive to say that dogs could potentially taste good. Humans could taste good. We just don't
Humans
eat
could
them.
taste good.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer. You never know.
That clip,
There are
that little
cannibals.
soundbite, you got to live with that for
Yeah,
the rest of your life.
That's you did.
I'm not
That's a
saying
slippery-
I want to eat a dog. I
slippery
proposed
slope.
the question
Slippery
because
slope.
we eat pigs and cows.
It's a slippery
No.
slope.
I don't want to eat dogs.
Brought it up.
Slippery
I shouldn't have
slope.
brought it up. I shouldn't have brought it up.
I don't
Slippery
think
slope.
dogs should be eaten. Okay.
All I was focused on was
I
Henry's
just
little hooves.
Proposed
His
the
little
question
hooves
and
on
we
top
ate.
of the stones. They look like
I
little
know.
high heels. It looked like he wore his own
I
little
know.
high heel. It was killing
He
me.
was in that little harness.
Yeah.
cute.
Oh.
Wow, this just
Yeah, you
depressed
disgusting
me now.
animals eat that cute little thing.
I
Yeah.
know. It's
Okay.
so do you.
And so do I. I can't believe I'm being shunned because I asked a simple question. I never said I wanted to eat a dog.
I don't even want to think of the idea.
Nobody's gonna make you eat the dog.
I know, but it's a question that shouldn't even be asked. I'm going to cut the
Or
stem
pigs,
of the
though.
party
Pigs,
bus.
nobody cares about fucking pigs.
No. People
They're
care.
so good.
People
They're so
people
good.
People care
care.
a lot. People care a lot about that.
I would like to cut the stem of the party bus montage video.
Oh,
That just made me want to crawl into my skin. The dancing, the pouring of the champagne into Zach's mouth. The awkward dancing
No.
made me very
Painful.
uncomfortable. They don't know enough about each other in that setting. My rose, I'm gonna give my rose to Zach. I think he's gotten a lot of flack that he's boring AF. And that this season's gonna have the worst ratings of all time is all anybody could talk about. And I thought he did a great job on the first night. He remembered people's names. He was sweet. He was charming. All the girls liked him. What more can he ask for really from these guys when they go out there to be the Bachelor? So I think he deserves a little bit of love in this scenario because here we are all talking about the season that he is the lead of. And so far, so good. I think he's going to do a good job. Will that lead to drama and crazy moments? Probably not, but it does kind of feel like that is the direction they wanted for this season in the first place.
I agree,
Any final thoughts? Any final thoughts for night one?
Yes.
Kelly,
I have
go
a
ahead.
final question. Do we think that Zach was drunk tonight?
Yep.
Yeah, I think he was a little tipsy for sure.
Yeah. I thought it was adorable. I was
Yeah.
like, at first I was like, all right, Zach, whatever. He's shy boy. What's he going to do? Whatever. I thought it was cute that he was clearly drunk. I was like, okay, he's been cute and it's silly. And he's a weirdo. So we don't know where this night's going to go. But it was cute.
Exactly.
I thought it was cute.
I agree. I agree. Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, wait, one more. Sorry. The girl the girl dermatologist who came out and was like, "Will you SPF me?" Like sunscreen, silly. I hated that too. I just wanted that on record.
just want that on record. I did not like that at all. Okay, wonderful.
I just want to say everyone. I love the chat, the YouTube chat. I sit here and I chat with them all the time, like throughout the entire Cutting Stems, and I find it to be very fun. So I love you,
That's
YouTube
great,
chat.
Rhea.
So thanks for tuning in.
Shout out to the YouTube chat.
Rhea's always in the chat.
And if you watch the YouTube, but you don't participate in the chat or you don't subscribe and join the chat because we're having a great time in here.
Exactly. Please do. Please subscribe, send it to a friend, get them to subscribe. And we will be back next week for another episode of Cutting Stems. Thank you all for watching.